Hello and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews, and today I'm happy to take you up to Nagano Prefecture in the central part of Japan, and we're going to look at some beers from one of my favorite breweries, and that is Shiga Kogen beer, also part of the Tamamura-Honten group. And Shiga Kogen started in 2003 and started producing beer in 2004. Tamamura-Honten is actually a sake brewery, and they go back to 1805. And in 2003, a man named Sato Eigo joined Tamamura-Honten and started the Shiga Kogen beer line, and he began producing beer in 2004. And they produce a wide variety of beers. If you go on their website, you can see many kinds. And of special note are their bottled barrel-aged Yamabushi series, which have been aged and blended, and really some fantastic kind of oak-aged beers. The Yamabushi series is one you should probably try if you're interested in Japanese craft beer. Shiga Kogen also is notable for growing some of their own ingredients. They try to use at least 20% of hops that they have grown in all their beers, and in the Yamabushi series, 100% of their own hops. And the hops are generally that they use are generally Shinshu Wase. They do grow other varieties, but Shinshu Wase is the most famous variety grown in Japan, actually. And they also they have a tap room next to the brewery called the Teppa Room, where you can go and try 8 different types of beer and buy things like coffee, desserts, and T-shirts and that sort of thing. I did get a T-shirt there, and I visited there once, quite a few years ago, 10 years ago or so maybe. And they have a place called the Farmhouse up the road a bit, and that is a restaurant as well. And very close by they have a sake museum, and you can learn a lot about the history and the production of sake if you're interested in that. And so we're going to look at a series of different beers from Shiga Kogen, and I will introduce them one by one. And I should mention also their music festival, which, to my knowledge, hasn't been held since the beginning of COVID, but it used to be a great event called Snow Monkey Live. Yes, Snow Monkeys. They have hot springs in that area, and the monkeys in that area like to sit in the hot springs. So Snow Monkey Live was a beer and music festival, and I don't know much about the music that they had, but they invited some of the most interesting brewers in Japan and from abroad as well. I never got to go, but some friends of mine went a few times as well. Snow Monkey Live. Okay, well, let's get into the beer that we're going to look at from Shiga Kogen Brewery. Today's beer is this one. It is called Shiga Kogen Fresh Hop Pils, and this is the 2024 version. And unfortunately, it won't be as fresh as it was when it first came out. This is a Pilsner-style beer, and it is 5% alcohol by volume and 26 international bittering units. The hops used are, as I mentioned before, the Shinshu Wase variety. And they were put into the beer the day that they were harvested, as a fresh hop beer should be. And of course, the fresh hop beer should probably be drunk a little closer to its production date than when I have it. And they also used traditional German methods in the production of this beer. For example, decoction, in which they take out a portion of the boiling wort, a portion of the wort at a certain temperature, and then boil it and return it to the regular wort. So, and also krausening, a process of adding, during the fermentation process, adding actively fermented wort into a new batch of wort. So kind of a way to ensure really good fermentation rather than simply putting yeast, which might have some dead yeast cells. So traditional German methods in this. This one costs 471 yen. I bought it from the brewery, and it that would be $3.01 in US dollar terms, and €2.89 in euro terms. Rate beer, no ratings for this version. There were 2 ratings from the 2018 version quite a while back, and those were averaged at 4.1 out of 5. And rate beer, of course, is dead, as you probably know, or maybe you don't. I have a video about rate beer soon. Untapped, 51 ratings, and the average is also fairly high, 3.81. Okay, so let's give this one a go. Here's the bottle cap here. Tamamura-Honten Shiga Kogen. When you visit, if you ever visit there, it's just up the hill from Nakano City, not Nagano, but Nakano City, and you go up the hill to a place called Yamanouchi, and that's where Shiga Kogen is located. It's a famous ski resort. But here's a hint: at the bottom of the hill, in Nakano City, you can find a 7-Eleven which has, or had when I visited, a wide variety of Shiga Kogen beers, which is kind of unusual for a convenience store to have craft beer like that. Okay, so the color. This is perfect Pilsner color, a light pale gold color with a, well, it had a little bit of head. It's kind of diminished, and it is completely clear, see-through, and you can see the carbonation rising there. Okay, let's give it a go. Aroma. Okay. I get more of the Pils malt than I think than the Shinsuwase hops. Very pleasant, lightly malty, a bit bready. Okay, it's a Pils for sure. Has a light malty breadiness, a bit of tanginess in mid palate. It gets a bit metallic actually. There's something in the background which is a bit darker and more bitter than most Pilsners. 26 IBUs, is that high for a Pilsner? Perhaps. It's tasty. It does have this nice hit in mid palate, kind of metallic, and then the bitterness kicks in, and there are mild bitter tracks. So this is probably a hoppier than usual Pilsner. I think a lot of the hop character is maintained here. I really do wish I'd had it when it was, fresh, but in any case. And I'm not sure exactly when they did produce this. They made 3,593 bottles. Let's see, October. Okay, October of last year. So that was about 3 months ago or so, 2.5 months. Tasty, pleasant, light, very refreshing, slightly bitter fresh hop Pils from Shiga Kogen. Give them a try. Try any of their beers. You won't be disappointed. That is it for today. We're getting a cold spell here in Japan, and we might have some snow in the area where I live, where it doesn't usually snow that much. There are some ski resorts not too far away, but where I live, not too much snow, but it's getting quite cold. Not as cold, of course, as you are getting in your part of the world, probably, if you're in the northern hemisphere. Take care. Stay healthy. Bye-bye.